Interesting. So how many people are really on the internet? And all the views and that we see on
I wonder if
YouTube
we got
and
a photo.
TikTok, we don't know that they're real. You see, oh, this video got 1 million views. Well, did it? And by 1 million humans, we just don't know.
Have you seen those pictures of like the bot factories? I was just trying to find one, but maybe I can't.
Oh,
Have you
where
seen
they
those?
have all the
Yeah.
the phones set up.
Yeah, it's just like warehouses, ceiling to floor, wall to wall of phones lined up. And they're all like commenting and like creating the narrative, swaying the narrative. So like comment, I mean, my channel is just so funny on the bot side of thing because in as we all know, in like 4 years, I have got not one new subscriber, which is fucking hilarious, really. Comparatively to in real life, how many people Campbell and I meet along the way who watch our show. So I can tell you from my first-hand experience that nothing about the statistics or anything to do with the numbers of people watching YouTubes and like real in any sense of the word. Yeah, like that. Yeah, you go. Like
Yeah.
a fucking, it's like this, but like I've seen ones which are like epic in epic proportions. And
Oh,
they're just
gosh.
basically
I failed.
paid.
I failed in my bot pics.
No, it's all right, buddy. Just like they basically sway the narrative. Of course, we know this. This is not new
Yeah.
information, but like I mean, I just think it's a very valid question when we start to look at, well, if the
Well,
internet is full of bots,
you can you can you can buy subscribers
you
like for
can.
whatever, right? For YouTube or Facebook, whatever you're on, and they're all bots. They just created. And if people are
Because
starting channels like that, then how much of this is real?
and like we know that like today's generation, the one that's now like in their sort of teens into their 20s, they're like obsessed. Their
Mm,
whole concept of
yes.
economy is about likes. Their whole
Yeah.
sense of success is gauged by this. So of course there's a massive industry accommodating for
Behind
that.
that. Yeah, the dopamine
Like
effect.
so what's the fucking point? If we know that you can buy an audience and we know that no number, statistic, or algorithm online is accurate or real in any sense of the word, then we have to start looking at, well, if social media is infiltrated with, with maybe the word inflated with bots, potentially real life is too. And I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
it's
I mean, we know social media, right? Certain things are promoted, certain channels, certain videos, and others are, held back, shall we say,
yeah.
banned or whatever. So, yeah, what's going on in life? We covered China as well. Of course, you went there last year, and then we covered it finally hit the mainstream, right? That there's no people
Oh
there.
yeah.
All these people are disappearing, and people are wondering where all the
China.
people are.
Mm.
And we've seen a few other videos that came out of Vegas was empty. So, the living world seems to be empty. But if we go by the numbers that they tell us, 8 billion and those figures, so the amount of people that died, there doesn't seem to be enough graveyards, right? Enough new cemeteries. And yes, well, I think what is it, 70% get cremated
I
now?
mean that we can't rely on any statistics there, but yes,
That's
the
what they
cremation
say. So
industry
we're
is
talking
epically
30%.
grown. Yep.
But even
Yep.
with those numbers, it just doesn't match. We went through
Yeah.
the US numbers in one of our other videos of how many
Oh,
people die, how much
it's
space it would
out.
take to bury them, and how many cemeteries they've got. And they were way, way, way behind,
Yeah,
like
it's out by
acres and acres.
100 million or something
Yeah,
retarded like that. It's
crazy. Yeah, yeah.
insane. So, okay, so there's a lot of theories, Cam, floating around on this topic. Obviously the birth but we'll start with the most obvious one, which is the birth and death statistics are like completely fake,
Like,
basically. Well, of course they would be, right? Because when we trace back essentially how that works, which we'll talk about, but actually who owns the end result of that? Well, it's always going to be the same people, right? It'll
hmm,
all go back to the same corporations. And, it is a
corporations.
corporation for sure. This
Hmm.
is the business of life and death. And this is the business, as we would say, of the ghost people, Campbell.
Yes, yes, yes. The straw men, the ghost straw men that are running around. And of
Ghost
course,
people.
this has been put out as NPCs, that people aren't, like literally, are they just projections or something? That's kind of the video game,
Well, it's a fair,
scenario, which,
fair.
which Yeah, we can't sort of prove or disprove that one at the moment. But as far as like created people, if they're creating these numbers and creating these ghost people, all these figures for people that don't actually exist,
Mm.
then those people still need to show up in their figures of dead people.
Yeah,
So the
because
most
there's a lot of
obvious
benefit.
question, I
Hmm.
guess, is that there aren't that many people being buried or dying even, right?
That's okay.